Versus min raise, we should defend extremely liberally. In fact, small blind versus big blind, we want to defend pretty broadly in the first place. I think we actually have a nice candidate for a bluff here. And I will continue to barrel on the turn. I think that on the flop, we just have good removal. And then the turn. Usually, when I bet the flop with one of the suit, then uh-oh. Uh-oh. Raise, 3-bet call, 4-bet call. Let's get a short too. Only got 75 big blind. I mean, not like short, but reasonable flop, all things considered. And we take down a 100 big blind pot without getting it in, without any contesting. By the way, to all my loyal, I guess we're just gonna 3-bet this, right? To all my loyal viewers out there wondering what the heck's been going on, I've been sick lately, so that's why you haven't seen any content from me. Sorry about that. It was a series of illnesses. Kind of weird even to think about it, but I had like a respiratory thing, which was pretty mild, but really you don't want to be making poker videos when you've got phlegm in your lungs and you're coughing and all that. And then I had the chills really bad, and I was just like completely, out of it. And now my ankle's fucked up, which I don't even understand how that follows. What's going on? So maybe I'm just an old man and my body is falling apart. So here, we raise pre, bet the flop. Not a great turn, and but we're running good. Opponent checks it down. Doesn't even need to bluff us, so we get to show down our 3 aces and take it down. Hello, Magnum aces here. This is just gonna be a very chill video. I'm just 4-tabling, 4-card PLO. I don't want to really. I want a half pot here, so I get the clubs. Love to induce a raise. I don't know. Ugly turn. Can we get the free showdown again? I think this is going to be like diamonds, maybe even 10-9, but usually just like good diamonds all the time, right? Like, yeah, sad. Sad, my top set just immediately deteriorated like that. But what can you do? That's the PLO life. That's the path that we chose as PLO warriors. All right. Raise it up with 10-9, 8-7 double suited. Complete the width. So yeah, it's just gonna be a chill stream, chill session today. Just playing some 4-card. Nothing too high stakes. Nothing too exciting really. But hopefully there's some good decisions, some good material to comment on. And notice I got a couple subscribers in my absence, absent, while I was away. So that's cool. Thank you guys for checking out my channel, joining our small but hardcore clan here. I think we're up to 19 subscribers now. Again, that 7 really destroys my hand. This would make a good bluff raise combo against players who are more on the folding side of things. I don't even have my HUD going. What is going on? This is amateur hour. Although it's kind of cool to play without a HUD. Yeah, I've done like absolutely nothing for the last like 10 days. Like just lying in bed, watching movies, recuperating. I mean, really just not doing very much at all. And I'm pretty much recovered at this point, or I'm like I'm recovering pretty well, I'd say. Anyway, this is sort of a cuspy open here, but we're gonna go for it. Like these double paired hands, a lot of potential. Okay, min 3-bet. Gotta continue. Brick the flop though, unfortunately. We really have nothing here. Nice hand. I think we have a good bluff catcher here. Oh, but he did make the boat. That's too bad. All right. Sneaky check with top set into, let's check. I have top set into folding my former top set. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cold 4-bet here. And then that guy was all in for 24-5, slightly more than my cold 4-bet. Guy calls. Wow. Just smashed the flop here. There's so much in the middle already. And it's going to be hard for Villain to have missed this flop. But he found a way. We don't want to see a 5 here mostly. All right, we got it. Also, top 2 pair here. I think we just put it in, right? Take it down. Good peel. It's such a dynamic board. Just call feels right to me in this spot. And definitely want to bet. And bet again. Having the spades is really nice here. Just gives us so many more river plays. And we'll collect a ton of bluffs there and a ton of value bets. So what happened here? I think he was small blind and he completed. Yeah, because look at the pot. The pot is too big blind. Minus the, I guess, 4% rate they're taking now at Poker Stars. 4% or Was that 0.08 of a big blind? Anyway, yeah, really haven't been doing much at all the last week, which has been pretty awful. I've been in bed and I was immobile. I couldn't walk on my foot at one point. Now I'm a lot better. I got some antibiotics. They thought it was maybe a foot infection, uh, which I guess it was because after taking the antibiotics, I did immediately improve, but not out of the woods yet. But doing pretty good. We got queens here. Yeah, that's no good. King versus an extremely loose aggressive open. So what do we do now? 5-5-4. I guess we just fold. I can see PL, but we don't know how he plays post flop yet. Got to worry about that guy. One or both of them could easily have the 5. Looks like both of them, I guess. Maybe Curlin is bluffing. Seems unlikely. I feel like P4 eyes is gonna have at least like a 5 or 6-7 to call the turn. Unless there's some real leveling going on here. You never know. Like G Curlin could easily have ace 5 or something and just be folding the river. Um, Figuring that when his opponent calls the turn, he's gonna have him beat. Or maybe he was bluffing. Who knows? It's not. It's really there's no point speculating. You gotta go off the information that you obtain at a poker table, like actually cards you see. Yes, you should keep track of betting patterns, and that's important to. And through that, you can sort of deduce. I mean, somebody's opening at a high enough frequency over a long enough time, they're opening pretty wide. You can all but guarantee that, but generally, it's better to see what your opponent actually did with cards that he actually had, and then try to deduce from that, as opposed to making assumptions about what he had. And see, for example, this hand just played out. The great thing about these ultra loose guys is they've always got hands you can watch. And what did he do here? Yeah, so you half pot the flop with like air, half pot the turn with weak made hand, and half pot the river with basically a bluff at that point. So it does look like this this guy here. It's a good chance that he is as aggro post as he is pre. Only got 54 hands on him, but his stats are pretty incredible. His pre-flop stats anyway. 100% VPIP, 74% pre-flop raise, which is I think that's not that crazy for a 100 VPIP player. But the 45% 3-bet with 5, 8, 10 successful occurrences. That's pretty wild right there. definitely going to be a fun opponent to play against and someone who I'm going to focus on because chances are I'm going to get a hand with them before too long. Speaking of which, 3-bet. This is versus 3-bet. Okay, check back. Pick up spades, which is something. Okay. So the worst card, maybe I can. Okay, okay. And he used that half pot sizing on the previous river bluff. So just to review that hand again, he opened very weak hand. I 3-bet. Is there? Okay, I can show it to you. So this is the hand that was just played. And now I'm 200 big blind deep versus this guy. So yeah, I definitely want to be like watching every hand he plays. So pre-flop he opens with 10-9 4 deuce. Obviously, this is a very um, non-standard play. It's a weak hand. You should just fold it. But it's standard enough for a least aggressive super whale. There is a difference, by the way, between guys that are playing 100% of hands and guys that are playing 80% of hands. Like I don't know. There's something about the super whale. So maybe it's just a tilted whale. So we 3-bet, very premium holding. Queen, queen, jack, 9, double suited. This is a great hand. And it's one that's going to hit a nice cross selection of flops. It's not aces. So always good to have some combos that are not ace in there. 3-betting. Surprise hands. We're gonna flop a lot of dominating draws, specifically against somebody who's going so wild. We pick up a caller, which is not good. Never good. Want to be heads up. Well, we have this hand here. If I had like backdoors or something, I don't know. I would probably call, but I don't, so I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, back to the hand. Pick up the caller. It's not great. And on the flop, we just check back. We've got 6 nut outs, 3-way. Like we no longer have a strong hand. We have a marginal hand, and we're not betting for value. This guy's never folding. I think it's fine. Take a passive line here. Pick up the flush draw. He bets, and from what I've seen, he's very aggressive post. So we could still have a ton of equity. We could be betting like some weak semi bluffs. We could have the best hand and the best draw. Our queen eye flush draw is a lot better against this guy than it is against a tight player. Tight players play more ace and king high flush draws as a percentage of their total range. It's just playing the whole deck. So a queen high flush is going to be enough against him a lot more often than it would be versus somebody else. We need to be cautious because there's a third player in the hand. So we continue. Great river card. Pairs the board. He's been shown the bluff. We call. And actually, he had a strong hand on the turn. He had tens and twos with 10 eye spades. So, all right, ace ace. We're going to three bet here. And SBR, I think we can just pot and pray. We have a gut shot. Oh no. No, not good. Not good. Nice hand. Oh, oh! We spiked the gut shot on the river. That is just delicious. Hate getting raised there on the flop, but the whole idea was just sort of pot and go with it. So, but you know what? You take some risks. That's poker. What can you do? You play aggressively. Sometimes it backfires. Okay, we three bet. Min four bet. I do not give him credit for aces to min four bet. Okay. That's all right. No jack. All right. You did it. And no, we have to slow play there on the flop, just in case he is bluffing. Of course, if he gets the jack, that sucks. But probably he's gonna have air a ton when he just leads out there into us in this four bet pot. Not to say he couldn't have on air. Okay, so we're gonna peel here, and kind of sucks because two people could have ace king. Oh, but hey, we could just revert a royal flush. But it sucks drawing with like a million people behind on a board where the nuts is very easily duplicated, as in that case where anyone could have ace king, be check raising. But we have so many outs there. So, plus the royal was coming. Okay, I have to raise it up here. One time. That's the problem. It's the problem with the one time. So you just roll the flop. Also, been doing a lot of fasting. Well, I've been sick here. Just didn't really feel like eating, It's in rough shape there. So then we started doing some dieting. Today I kept a food journal of everything I ate, which was 2 bananas, an apple, some sort of bruschetta that I made, which didn't really turn out that well for a number of reasons. Like I used too many onions relative to tomatoes. I didn't dice everything fine enough up. I didn't have olive oil, so I had to use ghee. Uh, but whatever, it was okay. It was more like a grilled cheese, I guess. Um, so that was lunch, and then dinner was a piece of steak and 2 eggs. So something like 2,000 calories. Oh, plus 2 coffees with milk. All right, here we raise pre and take it down. Always nice. We'll try 3 betting with these kind of garbage aces. Yeah, you can just donk spot into me. Well, I guess I'll fold. Nice hand. I would have definitely c-bet there with dry ace and open-ended straight draw. So if he had a flush, that was not really the optimal way to play it, in my opinion. You're better off like check calling. Maybe if he didn't have a flush, then that was a good way to play, a good move. Like if he would have had to fold to my bet. All right, well, the action seems to have died down on these tables, and I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. This was a fun video. Oh! All right, we got one for the road. 2 actually, but we're gonna watch this one. But this was a fun video, so I enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and thanks everybody who's been watching. As I'm feeling better, and I'm kind of sick of live poker because live poker, like I always get sick after I play because everybody's so gross and doesn't wash their hands and whatnot. I think I might focus a little more on online and making videos, and so hopefully some more content coming from me in the upcoming days and weeks. Uh, we'll see, no promises. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking out my video. And if you enjoyed my content, please consider liking, subscribing, etc. Good luck at the tables and good luck in life.